In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB bet slate for Wednesday, June 26th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our June 26th MLB slate we got going on for Wednesday. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about the Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel. Currently at 6.39 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we are well on our way because of you guys showing up and showing out each and every single day. Thank you guys so much. Continue to like and comment. That's going to help the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a broader audience. If you're not subscribed right now, you are missing out on YouTube and on Patreon. Join the community that we're building right now, and click that subscribe button and go to that Patreon link provided down below as well. Not only will you get future bets, which that's going to be coming out for the MLB very, very soon. I want to tune up a couple of ideas that I'm looking at here, tune that up. The future bets are in there. We have daily bets as well. Plus, you're getting the group chat that goes over plays each and every day. For example, people were talking about in that chat room about the Minnesota Lynx, who are 5-6 point underdogs against the New York Liberty. The group chat was in on that play. We're talking about WNBA. Guys are going over to Euro. Everything it's phenomenal. So sign up right now for that Patreon. Link is down below. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. First game up, we are in Minute Maid Park here. Houston Astros 39-40 going against the Colorado Rockies 27-52. Looking at the current odds, Houston Astros minus 200 on the money line with the comeback of the Colorado Rockies at a plus 165. Total run set at 8.5. Public bet percentage, 97% of the bets, 90% of the money towards the Houston Astros. And for the total, 82% of the bets, 79% of the money towards the over 8.5. That is very intriguing. It's pretty accurate here because you're looking at the starting pitching matchup here. Ryan Feltner, 1-6 with a 6.02 ERA. He's been an absolute gas can this year. Against Spencer Arrighetti here, 3-6 with a 6.36 ERA as well. So this pitching matchup here, Ryan Feltner, he is worse at home, 7.43 ERA, but he is still bad on the road, and this is a situation where he's on the road with a 4.87 ERA. He has pretty bad numbers versus lefties. That home run per 9 is at a 1.79. The batting average is at 322. The whip is at 1.66, and the BABIP is at 362. The only positive note here is he's only going to see around 2 lefties in this Astros lineup here. But when I'm looking at his numbers on the road against righties, the xFIP is at 5.04. So that is very, very bad there for him. Astros on the other side, Spencer Arrighetti, he has bad numbers as well, but you got to kind of like take it with a grain of salt. I want to show you what technically his numbers are looking like, because when you're looking at it, it's like, God dang, he looks like he struggles against lefties, he struggles against righties, well, mainly lefties. And then you look at his ERA, it's at 6.36. But if we go to his game log, it kind of tells a different story. So at the beginning of the season, he was getting lit up, all right? First month, as you can see in April, a 10.97 ERA. He was struggling. And then in May, he started to turn it around. He turned that ERA from 10.97 to a 4.36. All right. And then in June, it slightly went up, and that's because he just had, well, the last two starts, he gave up 10 runs, all right, 3 and a 7, okay? But so if you're looking at the other two starts in June, 1 run against the St. Louis Cardinals, no runs against the Giants there. He had a solid outing against Seattle, 6 innings, no runs, and 8 Ks. We saw his strikeout numbers go up a little. He was still getting some earned runs, 3 earned runs against Oakland, 4 against Milwaukee, 2 against Oakland. So it's a really big mixed bag when you're looking at Spencer Arrighetti. There is potential there. There is definitely potential there for him. But on the other side, Ryan Feltner is an absolute gas can. So could we get a positive Arrighetti performance? We could see a game where he strikes out the Rockies. So I'm going to be going towards the Houston Astros here because despite the fact that Arrighetti could have a bad game and it could be a bad spot here, there have been some, obviously, his growing pains coming into the MLB for his first year. And he's improving gradually. I think the second half of the season is going to be much stronger for him. So I like Spencer Arrighetti in this spot here, especially Ryan Feltner. These Astros bats who were dominating the Baltimore Orioles, and now they get a cupcake matchup here in the Colorado Rockies. Feltner is bad at home, bad on the road, bad against lefties, and gives up a lot of hits to righties as well. Give me the Astros, like I said, on the money line. I'm definitely consider this over 8.5 just in case things go wrong on both ways. At least the runs are going to be coming in this spot here. Next up in Kauffman Stadium here, we have the Kansas City Royals 43-38 going against the Miami Marlins 28-51. Looking at the current odds right now, Kansas City Royals minus 210 on the money line with the comeback of the Miami Marlins at a plus 175. The total is set at 9.5. All right. Pitching matchup here. We got the biggest question mark in my life I ever seen, yo. Valente Belazzo. All right. No stats. Against Brady Singer, 4-4 with a 3.29 ERA and a 1.21 WHIP. I'm going to talk about Valente Belazzo. I tried to find anything on this guy. I went to the minor league website and typed in his name. Usually, even starters in the MLB right now will pop up because they had a stint in the minors. He was nowhere to be found. You had to go to ESPN. Luckily, they gave his name, and it said, I clicked on his name and said status minors, but he's nowhere near. There's nothing in the minor league baseball system. No stats at all. I go to Fangraphs, who has everybody. No stats at all. This is a bullpen game. All right. So Valente Belazzo, if you think he's gonna go 6 innings where are they getting this guy from? Cuba? I don't know what's going on with this kid. So this is a bullpen game from the Miami Marlins with a no-namer with Belazzo. And if you're looking at the bullpen of the Miami Marlins, it is the 12th worst bullpen in the league. So that's what we got going for us. All right. So a no-namer plus a bad bullpen equals a very good spot for the Kansas City Royals and Brady Singer. Brady Singer, his little issue is against lefties. He has been solid this year, though, at home. A 3.04 ERA at home. Lefties at home, despite the fact he does struggle against lefties, that's on the road. If you look at his numbers against lefties at home, it's a 1.14 home run per 9, a 30% K rate, a batting average of 200, and an xFIP at 2.73. So absolutely phenomenal numbers here for Brady Singer at home. This is a smash spot for me. Give me money line Kansas City Royals. Give me minus 1.5 Kansas City Royals. And give me the under 9.5 runs. No. I don't expect them to score runs. It's really kind of one-sided. Under 9.5. Okay? Under 9.5. Next game up in Angel Stadium here, Los Angeles Angels, 31-46 going up against the Oakland Athletics, 29-52. A nice bottom feeder matchup here. Angels are slight favorites at home, -125, with the comeback of the Oakland A's at a +105. Total at 8.5, with money trending in towards that over 8.5 in this spot. Pitching matchup here: Joey Estes, 2-2 with a 5.53 ERA, going up against Ronzi Contreras, formerly of the Pittsburgh Pirates, 1-0 with a 3.90 ERA and a 1.33 WHIP. All right, Joey Estes here. He has ridiculous home road splits. All right, at home in Oakland, which is much bigger market there, his ERA is a 2.79. On the road, it's a totally different story. His road ERA is 8.02. So an absolute gas can when he's outside of Oakland here. He's bad against both lefties and righties, but particularly worse against lefties. He's given up a 2.30 home run per 9, a 266 batting average, a 1.53 WHIP, and a 5.57 xFIP. So pretty bad across the board here. And then for the Angels, this is a bullpen game here. Again, Ronzi Contreras only goes about 2 to 3 innings. So we're going to be looking at the bullpen of the Los Angeles Angels. And the Angels literally have the second worst bullpen in the league. So at least the Marlins were like in the middle of the pack, bottom middle. Angels are literally the second worst. The ERA is above 5 bullpen wise. Okay. So this is looking like an absolute over. Love the over 8.5. This is my top play. Trying to choose a winner out of these two teams is going to be tough. Just give me the over 8.5. And then if I just had to choose, I would take the +1.5 on the Oakland side. Okay, just because I'm leaning on a worse bullpen here that's going to go through arm here. A lot of question marks. Maybe we get an okay start from Joey Estes, maybe. But the top play, over 8.5. If not, then +1.5 Oakland A's. At Petco Park here, we have the San Diego Padres, 42-41, going to be against the Washington Nationals, 38-40 here. Looking at the odds, Padres -190 on the money line, with the comeback of the Nationals at a +155. Total run set at 7.5. Public bet percentage here, 71% of the bets on the Padres, but we have public and sharps coming in heavily on the Nationals as underdogs. 75% of the money towards the Nationals there. Very shocking to see that here. Total runs, 89% of the bets, 85% of the money towards the over 7.5. For the starting pitching matchup here, DJ Hurst, 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA, going up against Dylan Cease, 6-6 with a 4.14 ERA. All right, now DJ Hurst, he is a lefty, and the Padres are bottom 5 in the league against left-handed pitchers. And Hurst has phenomenal strikeout stuff, okay? And his expected numbers show progression. So that's why it's understandable when you see all this sharp and public money coming in on the national side, because DJ Hurst has some potential here. All right, Dylan Cease has been solid this year. You expect better out of him. 4 ERA at home and on the road is pretty much the same. It doesn't matter if he's pitching in Petco or not. But his numbers he should be pitching a little bit better. All right, lefties are his weakness, and he's gonna see 5 lefties in this Nationals lineup. And particularly, he's giving up a lot of power to lefties as well. So we got a good spot here for the Nationals. So this +1.5 is looking pretty juicy. I'll take that. That's going to be our top play, +1.5 Washington Nationals. If you're feeling froggy, take that money line of the Nationals as well. And I'm going to go towards the under 7.5. I think this is going to be a pitching duel here between DJ Hurst, who has a lot of potential, and Dylan Cease, who's been pretty solid this season. In Oriole Park here, we have the Baltimore Orioles, 49-30, going against the Cleveland Guardians here, 51-26. Looking at the current odds right now, Baltimore Orioles still strong money line, -175 with the comeback of the Cleveland Guardians at a +145. Total run set at 9.5. Okay, in this spot here, despite the fact we have Orioles struggling, they've just lost 2 in a row already to Cleveland. but this should be a little bit of better spot here. We're going to talk about that very soon. Public bet percentage, 85% of the bets, 100% of the money, all over the Orioles. And for the total, 77% of the bets, 80% of the money towards the over 9.5. In this pitching matchup here, Carlos Carrasco, 3-6 with a 5.40 ERA, going up against Grayson Rodriguez, 8-3 with a 3.82 ERA. Carlos Carrasco is a guy if you're slumping, that's a guy you definitely want to face because he is a gas can. All right, he is worse on the road, so you're getting another positive there. A 6 ERA on the road. Righties, he's giving up power. Lefties, he's giving up hits. And it's like every other game he's getting lit up. He might have a good game and give up 1 run, and then he's giving up 5. And he'll give up 1 run, and then he's giving up 5. Carlos Carrasco, this is a very bad spot for him going up against the Orioles team that just scored 8 runs on Tuesday night. All right. And then you got Grayson Rodriguez, who's been an absolute stud for the Orioles. And you got Grayson Rodriguez at home because his ERA, he has home road splits here, guys. 2.21 ERA at home, and his road ERA is a 5.35 ERA on the road. So big differences here, night and day, when we're talking about Grayson Rodriguez at home and Grayson Rodriguez on the road. He dominates lefties. That's another bonus here because the majority of the Guardians lineup is going to be lefties. He's going to see 7 lefties in this lineup for the Guardians, all right? That's what they want to do. They want to do a lefty versus a righty mix-up. But with Grayson Rodriguez, he loves to throw to lefties, all right? The home run per 9 is at .51. The K rate is above 30% K rate. The batting average is at 177. The whip is at 1.08, and the xFIP is low at 3.43. So, across the board, yet again, Orioles bounce back, finally get a win that's much needed. Give me them on the money line. Give me the Orioles -1.5, and give me the over 9.5 runs as well in this spot. I love the Orioles to bounce back. Next up in Citi Field, we have the Subway Series. New York Yankees 52-29. New York Mets 38-39 here. Looking at the current odds, we have road favorites New York Yankees -145 on the money line with a comeback of the Mets as underdogs +120, and the total run set at 8.5. All right. Game 1 of the Subway Series went towards the New York Mets, despite the fact they went up against Garrett Cole. They showed up and showed out in that one. For the public bet percentage, 88% of the bets, 99% of the money, all over the Yankees. And for the total run, 70% of the bets, 70% of the money towards the over 8.5. Okay. Starting pitching matchup here looks more towards the pitching duel range. We have Luis Gil, 9-2. With a 2.77 ERA, going up against Sean Manaea, 4-3 with a 4.16 ERA. Luis Gil has been absolutely excellent this season. He is coming off a bad outing against Baltimore, where he gave up 8 runs. So this could be a bounce back spot for him, going up against the New York Mets bat. So I like him in this spot as well. There's usually no blemishes on here. He's a very high strikeout guy. He can get a little bit wild and crazy with the walks, or he got hit up once, really, this whole season. So, Luis Gil, phenomenal. Love him in the spot here. It's trending towards an under for me because we're going against Sean Manaea here. He is worse at home with a 4.95 ERA at home, but he dominates righties, okay? And the majority of his lineup, he's going to see 7 righties in here. Yankees are probably only going to start 2 lefties against him, Verdugo and Juan Soto. And Juan Soto is in a good spot because against lefties, he's giving up power. Juan Soto's due for a home run here. He could be a home run prop that you can consider. So I like him there. And for this game, I'm going to be going towards the under 8.5 as one of my top plays. I love the under. For the win, I would slightly lean with the Yankees. I think they have the better pitcher on the mound and a better bullpen as well. All right. Last but not least here, we have the Minnesota Twins, 43-35, going up against the Arizona Diamondbacks, 38-40. Looking at the current odds right now, we have the Minnesota Twins road favorites, -120 in this one here, with the comeback of the Diamondbacks at a +100. Total runs set at 9. All right. For the public bet percentage, 65% of the bets, 72% of the money coming in on the Twin side here. So more money and sharps on public and sharps on the Twins here. Total runs, 79% of the bets, 70% of the money towards the over 9 runs here. And I might agree with them on that one here. We have Simeon Woods Richardson here, 2-1 with a 3.26 ERA. He's been really good as a starter here, going at least, he usually goes a solid 5 innings. He can push it to 6 if the pitch count is working right. And then we got Reen Nelson here, 5-5 with a 5.18 ERA. Okay, now with this ballpark here in Arizona, it tends to be more offensively minded here. So I'm going to talk about Simeon really quick. He's been solid this year. Slightly raised numbers to righties. But other than that, he's been really good. He's been a really good starter for the Twins here. I like him in this spot. Reen Nelson, on the other hand, he pitches worse at home. As you can see here with this ERA at 5.18, his home ERA is 5.74. He's a righty who can't pitch to righties, and I always avoid guys like this because that's just a bad matchup here. He's going to see 6 righties in this Twins lineup. He's giving up a batting average at 362. But these numbers are astronomical. The whip is at a 1.96. The whip is almost at 2. All right, the BABIP, I haven't seen a BABIP over 300. The BABIP he's given up is at 422. The xFIP is at 4.53. Across the board, horrible numbers here. If you want to go towards first 5 innings, Twins, definitely love that play there. Give me the Twins on the money line to win this game as well. And I'm going to be going towards the over 9 runs in this environment at Chase Field. Those are going to be our selections for the Wednesday slate in MLB. Let me know in the comment section down below what are your plays going to be for this Wednesday slate? Do you happen to have some props as well? Let me know in that comment section down below. Maybe you just want to say what's up. Hey, I'm here. Let's talk. All right. So go down in that comment section down below. Comment if you want to sign up for the premium plays, for the future bets, for the daily picks, and for the chat as well. You go to that Patreon link provided down below, and I'll be back with another video very soon. All right. Peace out.